All right, no BS, let's get straight into it. I'm going to be talking about how I scaled this business from 40K per month all the way to 250K per month by leveraging YouTube Organic. We weren't handling his entire info operation, but he did leverage YouTube highly throughout this process. I'm going to be breaking down how we were booking 20 to 30 sales calls per educational video that we were posting within a crowded niche, and just breaking down how to leverage YouTube within your funnel, how to come up with ideas, how to be different. And by the end of the video, I'm going to reveal how one thing that we posted allowed us to cash collect over $100,000. By the end, you'll be able to replicate a similar structure and implement it for your business. So let's get straight into it. I'm just gonna go into a quick little overview first so you guys can get context. This is my guy, Rayson, came to us at about 40K per month. I'm not gonna spend too much time on the context. Basically, long story short, when he came on board, he was just posting these cringy YouTube videos. He didn't really realize that YouTube could actually make him money. And honestly, he said it in the client interview himself, like he was just copying others, which may be a problem you're actually experiencing within yourself right now. You think that YouTube is just a copy and paste game, or you think YouTube's like IG or paid ads. It's a whole different monster. And I want to show you like how to actually break it down and execute while doing it the right way. Like, I don't want you to become a copycat. I want you to become an originator in your niche. You want to leverage those proven formats, but once again, you want to be an originator and not a copycat. Only thing that was really excellent when you came on board is he did have this short form content audience, which like you can leverage that in such a great way if you have a bigger audience on any other social media platform. It's not needed to grow, because we've had clients that started from 300 subscribers making multiple six figures from YouTube Organic without any huge following on any other platform. So it's not necessarily needed. But he was relying on this, which wasn't the best, and he didn't know that YouTube could actually make him more money. So I guess the actual problems that I want to highlight are, one, he was not tapping into his competitive edge. So when people hear, oh, competitive edge, like they just think it's something like fugazi. But if you can go past the surface level, audit your personal brand, audit competitors' personal brands, you're going to see that there is a place in the market where you are better than people, and you need to be pushing that propaganda in every single video. And then make sure the messaging is aligned across your YouTube content, across your short form content, across your ads, across your product. That's how you make things elite, and that's how you actually print, and that's what we were able to do for Rayson. But at the start, this was a problem. Another problem that you probably struggle with is just poor content strategy. So just like you're good at what you do, I'm elite at YouTube. I'm good at what I do, right? And it's just like you don't understand, you just don't know what you don't know, right? You don't understand the skill of how do you come up with ideas, how do you come up with scripts, thumbnails, all these things, like, and it's not aligned, and it's holding you back from attracting the actual ideal customer profile that you want to sell to. That's the only problem with not understanding YouTube strategy. You can create a great video, but it's not going to get in front of who you want to sell to, and that's why packaging the stuff is so important. That's why the ideation is so important. Are you doing ideation the right way, or are you not? It's a difference between you cash collecting and not. So third, once again, like there's bigger life on YouTube, and you can actually print with niching down. So last but not least, he just had no mix of top of funnel, middle funnel, or bottom funnel content that actually showed he was legit. His Instagram audience was there, but he was posting a lot of videos that just made him look like another cringe dropshipper, right? In a saturated niche as well, so it wasn't the best look. But how we came in and actually helped comes down to the actual solution, right? So with the solution, I mean, when I onboarded Rayson with our 3 strategy docs, I went ahead and literally I scraped like all the competitor channels, and I basically was going to find our blue ocean niche, and I told him that it was actually possible to actually win. I realized that, I'm gonna break this down below, is like, where is his actual competitive edge? So that was the first thing I wanted to kind of figure out, and tap into that. Off of what I knew and off of his questionnaire, here's what I came up with. Like, he had a huge story about, 1, being Singaporean, 2, he had made 70K in profit off of his first winner ever, and I thought we could lean into a different approach of branded dropshipping over just like normal dropshipping. We also tested things like MRR dropshipping, AI dropshipping. We didn't want to be the same as everyone else and wanted to be positioned as more sophisticated. There was also other things I'm going to cover in terms of content, but I was able to scrape the channels in this niche and kind of go deep on like what actually made sense. I have an audit here as well that I'll kind of break down and cover. And if I want to talk about like what scraping actually looks like, you go ahead and really take your time and break down who are the competitors in your niche, whether it's inside your niche, indirect competitors, adjacent competitors, just broad people that sell info or run an agency or whatever your offer is. Like, take an idea of what they're doing, be aware of it, and just kind of see what they're doing that's working that you can tap into, but what are they not doing where you have a gap and have an edge in the market where you want to tap into that. First thing I realized that was a gap in the market but was also proven by the channels that are winning is practicality. So a lot of people within this dropshipping space, they don't really, one, show their numbers live and kind of refresh the dashboard and kind of break down their ads or how they're finding products or all these things, right? And there's two sides to this. You can like do a very tactical, in-depth breakdown of what you're doing. That can be practical, like showing a Miro board, screen share, running through your stores, what you're building, and kind of blurring out the important stuff. The second way is you can do a live process breakdown. And these live process breakdown videos work for us. I can show on this channel, if I come right here, like the live process videos were cooking for us. If I go to our most popular content, live process video, live process video, live process video, like these started ripping. And from the start, I knew this would work because why? It was practical. So for a lot of you that sell info, if you can do a live process video or just practically show like what you're doing to make it damn near inevitable for like someone to be like, okay, yeah, like this guy's a real deal and I need to tap in. Those are a great way. Second, I knew that we had a position different than everyone else in the market. And what I mean by this is like everyone else was just doing dropshipping, everywhere was dropshipping. So I knew we had to lean into one, his edge of being Singaporean, which we kind of took over the Singaporean niche in terms of like, oh, we were like Singaporean branded dropshipping masterclass. We probably have other videos here that are just like talking about him being Singaporean and going deep on that because that messaging, one, it works, and that's where majority of his leads were coming from. So figuring out with your messaging where you want to go deeper on. The second part of it, besides the Singaporean, was besides like the Singaporean aspect in his story, was like leaning into more of the wording. So instead of just dropshipping, we were testing branded dropshipping, or we were testing AI dropshipping, or we were testing MRR dropshipping. This slight wording positions you different than everyone else in the market, especially if, yes, that wording, that messaging can get the click, and then they click on the video, and the video is actually practical. So once again, it was all in alignment. And that's like, it just definitely helps. And then on top of that, like we needed a funnel of content. So yes, you can still post vlogs. Yes, you can post how-to videos. Yes, you can post case studies, and they can all work in an ecosystem. I'm going to show you guys right here. At the end, like I said, I'm going to reveal the one video that made us 100K cash collected, like you said in the interview, but you can have different types of content. For example, this is a top of funnel video where we are, and we handled the entire process in all these videos. So idea, script, thumbnail, posting, editing, literally everything you can think of. All you had to do was get on camera and record, and he made more money. But top of funnel content, this is a live process video showing from scratch how he did it, has broad appeal, teaching my friend how to start dropshipping. Simple. Then we have dropshipping as a video game. Here's how to beat it. This is middle of funnel. It's more of a how-to video. It's more of a explainer video, tutorial type thing, kind of going step by step how someone can get to where racing is, right? And then you have bottom of funnel. This is a more niched down video where he's breaking down one of his stores, how he took that store from 0 to 91K within 28 days. You guys can see the wording, branded dropshipping. Similar, it's a simple format, but you can see the desired outcome in the thumbnail. Once again, you can see desired outcome right here, desired outcome right here. So you guys can start to see like how we're adding the psychology of packaging. So psychology behind packaging, to get into that as well. Thumbnail, desired outcome, title, curiosity. Like the first thing they see is a thumbnail, and then they're gonna be like, think about in your mind what title would make them curious to actually click this video. But you can have all these, right? And then once you have all these, you kind of leverage it and you create what I'm gonna be explaining later. But with that, we created an ecosystem. Like this ecosystem of having top of funnel content, middle of funnel content, bottom of funnel content. That is how you create this cycle of people just like being able to just spin around in your content and just like be absorbed, and it's just straight propaganda pushing, and eventually they become obsessed and want to buy your stuff. That's how I personally think how YouTube works. And if you can do what I'm about to explain in the last step too, in terms of like being able to actually leverage this within your sales funnel, it becomes a game changer, right? But yeah, I mean, on top of that too, something that we did realize, like with the solution before I kind of break down this doc, is he was leveraging like case study videos, and we had these case study videos where we would give him the questions, we would handle the title, thumbnail, and these were our lowest view videos, but they brought us in so many buyers because once again of this ecosystem. So instead of just like a niche bottom of funnel video like this one, bottom of funnel videos are also case studies. So we would post these case studies and they're part of this ecosystem that's going on right here, and they would literally just help us print. And with everything that was there, that was really the solution. I want to break down the audit that I did when Rayson first came on. We've been working for Rayson like for a year. He understands the process so well that he can run it by himself now. And that's what happens after you work with a legit agency, right? So I had this audit. The audit, once again, was like, we needed to position in a way that was more sophisticated, because I had a client, Samir, and Samir's stuff looked way better than Rayson's. And it was just like a clear difference of like how to actually make things work. I saw that his messaging was off in his videos. Like, he just sounded like a douchebag in some of his hooks. And you kind of feel like you're flexing. You never want to feel like you're flexing on your audience. But once again, I was just like, it's just due to the way it's scripted. You don't want to like necessarily do that. And I kind of went through his channel. Like, we saw that the vlogs can work and vlogs can print, but we just need a structure around them. So I showed him a prior client vlog that I've actually structured out. Other things, this is a small brief. Our briefs for clients are way bigger now, but for a racing situation, it was so simple on like what I could see working. And it worked on the first video, which, like I said, I'm going to break down what that video is and how we kind of cooked with that and how it made him 100K in one video. But the main issues were, once again, like how we position ourselves in the market, his title and thumbnail execution, to understand the psychology behind that, and then just making sure the editing and like the overall presentation of it looks like something people would buy from, which we changed entirely and helped him print. So with, I guess, this step forward, maximizing his short form content and building leverage. So like I said, when Rayson came on board, he was doing 40K per month. Yeah, so 40K per month. His first month with us, he added 30K just off YouTube, right? So that's when he went to 70. And we even had like, this is an older screenshot from May 29, 2025. We had YouTube sales came down to 20. So we had a 30K per month, probably hit like another 30K a month, then went down to 20. And obviously that's how like YouTube kind of works. But you will realize, like, and I want to talk on what actually helped us scale past this or just have bigger months. So first, kind of realize that short form is good, but short form is better alongside proper YouTube content. So we realized that we needed to start pushing this YouTube content in the DMs, like, you know, for people that were opting into his funnel or whatever the case may be. You need to be leveraging this content within your pre-call assets, within your email flow, within your SMS flow. Have YouTube videos on your landing page. Like, it needs to be all aligned. And when I say messaging, that's what I mean. It's having that ecosystem move past just YouTube and have it all across your info funnel. That's, I think, super huge. That process, alongside of actually adding us posting tons of case studies, because Rayson said the better his fulfillment got and the better his product got, the more results he got with his product, he made more money off of YouTube. You know why? Because we were able to post more case study videos. With those case study videos, it tied into the actual ecosystem. And when I kind of break down and reveal this video right now, you guys are going to see how it kind of works. So with this ecosystem, right, we had the top funnel content, we had the middle funnel content, we had the bottom funnel content. We started posting more case studies. I can even show you guys from his channel before I reveal the video. Is like, and Rayson would post his own videos while we would post our own. So that's why there's so many like different videos. But you can see from kind of like the beginning of it, we started posting more content. And then you're gonna see this case study start to ramp up. So when I go up, so we have one case study right here. Then we get another case study. Another case study, another case study. So he starts ramping up, another one, another. Like, you guys can see they're starting to get consistent. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's like, they started ramping up as time went on, but he started to realize how important it is. So this was another one. I think this was during like our first month. Yeah, this was during our first month working together. And we posted one. Once again, this is like, you said 10 months ago. We don't post another interview to, I think 2 months ago, or this was kind of like the same guy. So damn, it even takes him longer to get, like, yeah. So it takes a minute, but once we start posting these case studies and fulfillment is like dialed and he's getting better results, you rip. So if you have a great info product offer, you will make money. The video that made us 100K, cash out did 6 figures off of one YouTube video was what I like to call, and I'll make this smaller so you guys can see it and move it down. So basically what we did is we ran a VSL flywheel structure. So this completes like this entire video. This video in itself, which I ideated for Racing and just handled everything, it dug deep. If you look at this audit right here, I talk about, you know, the edge of him being depressed for 6 months, him being Singaporean, but him making money and making, you know, his first $1 million off of dropshipping. I was like, this is the perfect video where, one, we can talk about, yes, we will break down like his story. We'll talk about the story. Don't get me wrong. My story videos are great. But for channels that are smaller, or, you know, you don't have the most authority, you have to mix it in with the actual mechanism. So how is he making his money, right? So you mix story plus mechanism, and you get flywheel VSL. And how you actually make it a flywheel is basically this video right here. We would link this video at the top of every content idea that we posted. So even if we post a top of funnel content video, they're interested, boom, they're gonna go back to this video and understand more about Racing's story, but also how he did it. Post a middle funnel video, same thing. People are coming right back to this video. Posted a bottom of the funnel video, case study interview, they're coming right back. And this video is just like Racing's proof, Racing's story. It shows that he's a real deal when it comes to this e-com stuff, and it works in a flywheel. And over time, like I can show you guys, our first video was posted damn near a year ago, 11 months, and it's at 22K views. And as we posted more content, as we posted entertainment videos, we have the Singaporean targeted videos, we have the challenge videos, this 18K, once again, it's going deep into that practicality, and we just keep posting. We have the dropshipping MRR, so once again, messaging, it's a lower view video, but it's probably bottom of funnel, middle of funnel, like really targeting towards a specific pain or desire. And here, once again, client interview. Right here, we're leveraging his competitive edge, a Luke Belmar video, because he worked with Luke Belmar on some stuff. Car video, top of funnel, still humanizing the brand. You want to be humanizing the brand. That's something we talked about in his client interview. Once again, another challenge video. So like, it's all like, it's just a system now. It's a system, right? Still targeting the Singaporeans. We still have top of funnel content, how I turn my gaming edition into $1 million dropshipping. We still have content that can go and reach a new audience of people that aren't even Singaporean, but we know we're getting, you know, the audience from niching down. And you might need a niche down in your situation, or you might just need better messaging and actually be positioned to who you want to sell to. So that's how I think about our system. That's how we were able to, you know, literally make over 100K in just one YouTube video, but also, like I said, scale up all the way from doing 40K per month to 250K per month and booking 20 to 30 sales calls per educational video. Like, none of this was luck. Taking them from 2K subscribers all the way to 14K subscribers was also not luck. It came down to a specific process, which is the entire thing I just broke down. I showed you guys the audit as well, like how I thought about it. This is a simple audit. It's not super, this is not like, this is the smallest piece of the pie of like our actual content strategy. I don't want to leak too much of like what we do, our actual moat when it comes to research, but what I just broke down can definitely help you. And I mean, if you want to work with us and get the entire sauce, I mean, first link down below, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, I mean, I think that's really it that I have for this video. If you guys want more info, go watch the client interview that I ran with Racing. Great conversation to see him scale from where he originally was to where he's at now. So yeah, besides that, I appreciate you watching. Definitely go implement this similar system for your channel. I can see it popping off and just making you more money. So appreciate you watching. See you in the next one. Peace.